Well, good rising, everyone, and welcome back to Coffee Talk with me, Karen B. I caught a 6-day ban on Facebook, so if anybody's still over there on that horrible platform, could you please share the show for me over there? Thank you, I'd appreciate it. And you could even tag me, that would help too. And Rethink says, Fook Facebook anyways, Fook all this big tech crap, all they do is research your analytics and try to push nonsense on you, load them all up in a giant trebuchet and launch them into the NASA grave. You know, you're not wrong, Rethink. You are not wrong, sir. You know, it is, but, you know, we're just trying to use these big corporate conglomerate platforms for good, and boy, they sure don't like it. They don't like it. They only want their stuff used to push their agenda, push their ideals, their propaganda. And we're just not going to play that game. You know? So, here we are. How are you guys doing? It is December 19th, 2022. And it is episode 70. Wow. Thank you guys for being here. Over on Rockfin, Psyop within a Psyop, shout out. And Ashley Knopp, hello. I just really appreciate everybody that's here with me every day, or every Moonday. And the other days too, Tuesday, when I have Mark on with Strange World. And the, excuse me, oh my goodness. And the small group of you that join us for anti-religious scripture study too. I do appreciate everybody that comes here. I've finally hit 15,000 subscribers. I thought it would never happen. It's, you know, YouTube just doesn't want to share my stuff, but it's okay. You know, I know that my stuff is not like sensational. It's, you know, but I don't want to do that. I don't want to play that game. I don't want it to be sensational. I don't want to be clickbait, you know? I'm all about the real world and real stuff and what's really going on, and, you know, and I'm chill. I like it like that. I like it like that. Hey, Dr. Law. Also, shout out to Run Boston Bear, who signed up to my Patreon, my new Patreon. Thank you, sir, for your support. And he's a new flat earther, and he's super excited about all the stuff that he's been learning in the past year, which is awesome. You know, it's awesome because really that was, for me, when I first woke up to flat earth too, that was my biggest thing. Everything became interesting again. Everything became new again. I had a new desire to learn, right? Because I had lost that desire, like probably still back in school when that soul crushing, you know, horrible socialist crap brainwashing camp that they put you through when you go to public school, which is worse now than even when I went, right? So it was great because now I knew that it was so fascinating to find out to know that they don't have the answers to all these questions, right? There is stuff left to explore. There are things that we don't know about. In fact, there's a lot of things that we don't know about. Most things they don't know, or they do know and they have kept this knowledge from us, right? So this is what we're trying to do. We're just trying to uncover and rediscover and relearn who we are, what we are, where we're at, you know, because if once you find out it's not what you've been told, well, then you're like, well, what is this place? What is it? What in the hell's going on around here? Right? Then it becomes really interesting. And then you want to know. And then, you know, all the trivial bullshit that's always getting shoved in your face day in and day out by the evil black box that they've managed to slip into everybody's home, and by the little thing in your hand, you know, all the propaganda that, you know, you realize that most of that stuff doesn't mean anything. Space is not trying to kill you, so you don't have to live in fear for most of the stuff that they feed to you. And then, you know, life becomes interesting and fun. And, you know, it's so easy to turn a blind eye to all that nonsense, all that white noise is basically what it all is, you know, blah, 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 blah. All the masses, like that's all white noise that out there that you can just kind of ignore and filter out now, because now you see what's important, what, you know, there's things to strive for, there's information to be obtained, there's goals to be met, there's things you want to do now, right? Network offline, the machine is from space, meta space. I'm a high school dropout. Yeah. Remember though, even before we woke up, like years ago, like hearing stories about how some of these millionaires and billionaires and stuff, oh, that guy's a high school dropout. You know why? Because they don't teach you anything worth a shit in those schools. Everything you learn, you either are surrounded by, you know, those people, they're surrounded by people who know what to teach them outside of the public school paradigm, right? Like that's why those people dropped out, because they realized that they didn't need to be in those schools. They could just go straight to work, you know, learning and doing instead of sitting in a desk and just, you know, regurgitating bullshit all day long. Anyway. Dolphins from heaven. Happy Moonday. Okay, well, let's say hi to y'all. Michael Kilpatrick, thanks for being here. Thunder Chicken, good times for all. Mother Dragon, Big Pine Sailing, Zombie Snoop, Rethink Phoenix. Hello. Greek letter name, Potatoes Joe 1620. Huh? Scott Hunter. Stephanie Martin. Report all news is fake and block it, right? Yeah. Good rising, y'all. Hi, Sam Clint. So anyways, how many of you are getting major chemtrails today? Because when I took my dog out to walk my dog this morning, I swear, I had never seen... I have seen trails, obviously, over my house before. Many times I've even got time lapse of it, right? But today it was so crazy. Check this out. Do you guys think it's getting worse with their climate change bullshit that they're always pushing? I have never seen... Look at this. Such a clear grid right across my area so early. Wow. What? Look at that. What the fuck? That gnarly? There's one spraying right there. Dude, it's gross. And they're still doing it right here before I look too. This is a good day. This would be a good day to try that vinegar thing probably. But it's all, I don't know though, because there's other clouds too. So yeah, I took that picture and it's like right, look at, so here's the sun, right in front of the sun, right? This is right at the road. And all these things, like it seems to me that they do it in front of the sun. Now, whenever the sun, because this road right here, this part of the road runs east and west, right? So during the summer, the sun actually rises more over here on this side, closer to the north, right? Well, you guys know that's how it goes. But and then the trails will be on that side of the sky. So I really feel like they're doing something where they're doing it before, like they always do it in front of the sun, is what it seems to me. I don't know if you guys noticed this. Look at this shit. in front of the sun. Fucking assholes. Excuse my language. But yeah, always right in front of the sun. Do you guys notice this too? Yeah, it is like tic-tac-toe. I've been boiling off apple cider vinegar just to cleanse the air. Is that work, Thunder Chicken? Because it's supposed to... I've heard you could just do... You just need to do it with regular white vinegar. Right? Right, sunblock, right? And it's freaking cold. Like, I feel like when they spray like this in front of the sun, like they're either intensifying the sun rays or they're blocking the sun rays. They could probably do both, whatever they choose to do at the time. Florida, it only happens that bad once or twice a year. Well, yeah, that's way more than once or twice a year over here. This is way, yeah. This is, you know, particularly bad, but that's, I mean, it's not like I've never seen it before, but it just, when I was walking the dog, I just looked up in the sky and I just seen boxes, just big boxes. And I was like, what the hell? And then, you know, then I walked further down back towards the front, towards the road. This is a few minutes later right here. So there was, first I saw this. That was the first thing I saw. Like right there. I was like, geez, look at this. There's a grid, a literal grid in the sky. Yeah. Helps with stale air in the winter. House is always closed up to keep that heat in. Oh. Oh, maybe inside your house. Yeah. But have you know, I was talking about that, how Amanda Vollmer was sharing, like, getting like a gallon of regular vinegar and then boiling it off, like, down to 2 gallons, like, reducing it halfway, I guess. And then you let it, like, off gas into the air, and it's supposed to, clear the air around you. It's supposed to be, like, anti-chemtrail stuff. Anyway. Yeah, they're trying to hype that winter storm. They always head toward the sun when I see them spraying. Yeah. It seems to me that it, like, when I noticed it, okay, because I've been living on this street for like a decade, over a decade now, right? So you know, I look at this road all the time, and I've noticed it, like, wherever the sun is coming up, it's like in front of the sun. And even, like, later, like, they just follow it, you know? I don't know. Seems to me. Maybe not, though. I could be wrong. Hey, Marty, we left Eugene, Oregon because of the chemtrails. It was probably like 50% of our reason to leave. So bad. Wow. Yeah. Dang, man. I don't know if it's enough to make me leave the area, but, cause it's not like this all the time, but you can definitely tell, like, when they're doing it and when they're not doing it. Like, it's obvious. I even have video of 2 planes. They look like they're relatively, you know, close, around the same elevation, flying. One's leaving a big trail behind it and one is not. And now I want to find it. Let me see if I can find it. Oh, that's the time lapse. See, yeah, actually here. Hmm. I don't know. I won't bore you with trying to look for that while I go silent. But anyway, yeah. So it's obvious when they're doing it and when they're not doing it. I hear them at night after midnight. I think. That cloud looks like a line. Yeah, no kidding. Eugene was a valley and they preceded the sun every freaking day with... Yeah, so you noticed it too, that they do it right in front of the sun, right? So it's like, it seems to me that they're... to me, it seems like they're doing something where they're either intensifying the sun rays or they're blocking them. I think they could do both. It's just whatever they want to do. You know, I mean, it's so freaking cold right now. It's actually colder than it usually is for this time of year. So anyway, cheers, Marty. Thank you for that. Good to see you, by the way. Let me open my phone lines. I forgot to do that. I always forget to do that. So let me do that right now. I also thought about maybe possibly setting up a Zoom call so people could join me video.
Welcome to the conference center.
Not sure if anybody would be interested in doing that. I'm up pretty early. You know, it seems like nobody... It's pretty quiet this time of the week. This particular time slot is like really quiet. I don't think there's just a lot of people out and about right now, except for like Marty, those early risers, those nature people. Are you all nature people? 32 degrees here. Yeah. I think it was this morning when I took my dog out and I saw that it was like in the 20s. It was like 24 degrees or 25, 24, 23, 24 degrees. It's in the 20s. It's cold. So anyway, my phone lines are open, 848-222-2480. Would be great to hear from people. Hi, Voy. I believe they are blocking out the most beneficial rays of the sun as best they can, but it also manipulates the weather. Well, think about it this way. The sun and the moon, I think, have a lot of influence on the weather, right? I mean, the path of the sun and it going back and forth between the tropics, it's influencing the weather. So, yeah, anytime they're going to mess with anything in the sky, of course they are. But you already knew that they were cloud seeding, like they admitted to cloud seeding years ago, and like they could make it rain. So they know how to manipulate the weather. You already thinking about a nap? Effie Viking says -2 in Minnesota. Ha! That's cold, dude. That's cold. I can't hang with that cold, with it too cold like that. Minnesota is like way north, and it's like if you ever have to dig yourself out of your home from snow, you'll never find me living in one of these places. I have a lot of respect for people who can live in those places. Good for you. You're tougher than me. You will never find me living in a place where I have to dig my house out of snow. If I have to dig my doorway out of snow, I won't be there. Redondo Rocket, what's up? 33C is cold. -33C. Yeah. I don't know. The coldest I ever was in Lake Balaton when it was frozen. The lake was literally frozen and it was cold. That was the coldest I ever was. That was in February of 2018 when we went over there to do the curvature test measurement, right? We wanted to go do the laser test over the longest lake in Europe, which is Lake Balaton. And that lake in February is freezing. Sometimes it gets so cold that the entire thing freezes over. And it did freeze over, I think, just after we left, but it had started freezing over while we were there. And it was brutally cold. It was so cold that it hurt. My whole body hurt. I was in pain. I never saw snow till I was 24. It's my 9th Michigan winter. It's nice 6 months of the year. That's kind of how I feel about it, like, where I live. Because even when it gets cold, it doesn't even snow here that much. And I'm just like, God, it's just cold. And then all the leaves fall off all the trees, and it's just cold and smells like dirt. Ugh. I would be okay living in, like a place that's warm all year. I wanna live in the tropics. I'd be okay with that. I'll be okay living on like a tropical island. I could do it. I think I could do it. Anyway. Let's see what I got over here in my saved things. Oh, this is weird. Have you guys seen this? What is this thing with the people spinning around? You know, like that was in that ridiculous movie? Come On Springtime, right? That ridiculous Died Suddenly movie? Yeah, dude. It was so cold, my bones hurt. My bones hurt, dude. I can't even, I never want to go back there ever again. And you know what's funny too is like at Lake Balaton, like that place is a ghost town when it's cold. And like there's all these houses there that are all boarded up. And they were saying like while we were there, like, oh, during summertime everybody's here, we're on the lake, we're having a great time, it's a blast. Like there's all these boats and like all these little paddle boats and stuff you can see in people's yards and stuff. But nobody hangs out there in February. Nobody. It just becomes a ghost town and it's frozen. It's like a frozen, desolate hell. And I just get so pissed off when some of these globies, come around and they're like, oh, you guys didn't account for refraction and blah, blah, blah. And they want to bitch or they want to say that, you know, we didn't do what we did or, you know, call us liars. I just want to choke them out. I just want to choke them the F out. You know? Because, dude, I feel like I suffered. I felt like I could have died. I could have died from exposure out there. It was so freaking cold. And I had so many layers on. It was still cold. Like nothing prepared me for how cold that was. I feel like I was not given proper warning about exactly how cold Balaton was. It was like, oh man, it was just the worst. You have a tractor plow? Yeah, I wish I had a tractor plow. I don't though. If it snows here, I'm screwed. I'm not getting out of my driveway till it melts. It's 10 degrees in Illinois right now. I hate it. It's so cold and they are spraying like crazy today. You too, Joelle? Refraction is variable to whatever the globe needs to be accurate. Yeah, except in nature, there's no standard refraction, right? They always talk about standard refraction, but there is no standard refraction, and most of the time refraction is negligible. Supposedly when, you know, the air is the coldest, when it's cold, that is the least amount of refraction that should be, that should ever be experienced is in those weather conditions. However, because it was so cold, it was so cold that I think the air, I can't remember which way it went. If it was the air was colder than the water or the water was colder than the air. Something weird was happening on Balaton and it was making the light refract up, actually. It was really weird. It was causing some weird phenomena to go on. It was really weird. It was like, I don't know. Sometimes weird stuff does happen when you get some weird temperature differentials out there, that's one thing I learned out when I was out there freezing my ass off the whole time. Weird stuff does happen. But for the most part, mostly, you're able to shine that laser right across the water and view the source of the laser from the other side. And if the Earth was a ball, you would never be able to do that. That's just the way it is. You would never, ever be able to do that, because when light refracts, like when you see light refracting, it's only light that is there visible is going to refract, right? Or a mirage, even if you get an inverted mirage, you're only going to get a mirage of an object that is visible by line of sight. If it's not there, it's not going to refract. I mean, that's just all there is to it. If you can see it, it's there. It doesn't matter if it's distorted or if it's inverted or if it's squashed. If you can freaking see it, it's there. And that's what people need to get over, right? Slightly looming non-standard refraction hologram is the heliocentric cult's terminology. Yeah. But it doesn't do that. Let's see. Pretty sure I still have this video. By the way, did you guys see all the cool Flattoberfest videos that I premiered? So all the HD versions of the presentations are now public. Also the movie and the extra Lowry bits, which is extra interviews and stuff of other people that were there, are all up on my channel now, all public. And if you are a member, of the channel, all of these were public to you already for a while. You got the HD views, the HD videos before everybody else. I did premiere the movie for everybody at the same time and the Lowry bits for everybody at the same time. But all of these HD versions of the performances and stuff I made public to my channel members first. So thank you, channel members, if you were a channel member and watched those, or maybe you didn't notice and didn't watch them. They didn't have a ton of views for members only. But that is one thing I do try to do, and I will be doing for anybody who's a channel member and a Patreon and those people who support me monthly. You guys are going to get stuff like that. You're going to get, the live streams that I do for my events. And also, I think I'm going to offer early bird deep discount pricing for event tickets for my channel members and Patreons first. I'll give them an option to get a super cheap ticket super early to any of my events. That's one really cool benefit that I can offer to anybody who is a Patreon or a channel member on my channels. Okay, what was I looking for? I forgot now. Oh, here we go. This one.
Core members from 10 countries.
The greatest laser experiment in history. Okay, so here. So this is where we were. Yeah. And later it talks about, let's see. Oh, here we go. Check this out. Oh, look, see, there's Karen B. Look it. Oh, this is great. Perfect timing.
Both sides of the measurement. That meant there is no significant difference in geoid undulation.
Look at me freezing my butt off over there.
The TLT measurement data shows that at least 2.96 meters of curvature was missing on the total distance of 12 kilometers on the surface of Lake Balaton. There is also a possibility of a local geopotential anomaly, but the WGS undulation map clearly shows that this was not the case.
On the next 4 days of the test, weather made observations impossible.
Oof. Sound on this video is rough. Not gonna lie. Sound is rough. Oh, look, there's Karen. You can't even, like, I'm a floating head. I recorded myself on a black background. But anyway. Yeah, man. Isn't that cool? That Flattoberfest movie was professional AF. Well, thank you, Grounded Extracts. Thank you. I agree. They did a great job. That's why I paid those guys to come out and make the movie. Because I wanted a good movie from my events. They say that the Starbucks logo is Ishtar. Do you know if this is true? Yeah, I think it is. I think it is. I don't know what to look up to show that to you right now because I forget what the name of that. Well, let's see. Let's see if I can find it. Let's see if I can do Ishtar Starbucks logo. Let's see. Yeah, so like right here, that supposedly that thing with the split tail is what's in the Starbucks logo, and that is supposed to be Ishtar. Oh dear Lord, what's coming up under this search? Let's see. Oh, here we go. Is this it? The pagan goddess Ishtar. Yeah. I mean, they put stuff like that in their logos all the time, though. This is not a secret. Yes, it is, sis. Shalom. Yes. Hi, Cindy. Definitely Ishtar, star above the head. Karen B, this is the first time I caught you live. Yahuwah bless. Thank you. Starbucks is the McDonald's of coffee. Yeah. All right. So, yes, to answer your question, Ishtar is the Starbucks logo. Cheers all. Happy Moonday. Hi, Dave Hinkle. Yeah, exactly. Rethink. All those companies have huge logos, have logos that are related to or directly are pagan or little g gods. It's true. And a lot of them have the Saturn symbolism in it, right? So Saturn is the planet with the rings, right? Or the all-seeing eye. So anytime you see that, it's got Saturn symbolism, you know, like in the Nike swoosh. That's like, if you look at, let's see what it comes up under Saturn symbolism. Well, anyway, a Nike swoosh, right? So think about it. Like, you see how the point is right here and it comes back around like this? So like a Nike swoosh is actually kind of like a ring, a Saturn ring, like a representation, if you think about it. So let's see. Yeah, see? So just put the ball in there. Just put the little Saturn planet behind it, and you can see that it kind of looks like that sort of thing. It's like, and it's almost kind of like a vector too. Yeah. I mean, you could think of any logo. Just think of any logo. Yeah. All those huge, yeah, exactly. You guys can call in 848-222-2480. Pretty sure Nike is an ancient Greek god too. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, that's right. Nike is Nike in mythology. A goddess who personified victory in any field, including art, music, war, and athletics. She is often portrayed in Greek art as a winged victory in the motion of flight. In Greek literature, Nike is described as both an attribute and attendant to the gods Zeus and Athena. Nike gained this honored role beside Zeus during the Titanomachy, where she was one of the first gods to offer her allegiance to Zeus. Okay. So there you go. Nike is also a Greek god. Even Amazon. Yeah. Using spectroscopy, scientists can definitely tell the temperature and composition of Saturn's rings. Hi, Free Flow. Dude, you know what's funny? They try to act like Saturn's rings are like... Let's see. I was reading about this the other day. Let's see if I can bring it up, because it's so stupid. How they said like this, the rings around Saturn, like the height of the rings was like a few meters or something. Let's see. Hold on. Rings of Saturn. Let's see what their Sheeplepedia says. Rings of Saturn are the most extensive ring system of any planet in the solar system. They consist of countless small particles, blah, 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 blah. Yes, we know. Ranging in size from micrometers to meters that orbit around Saturn. Orbital resonance. The rings have numerous gaps where particle density drops sharply. Two opened by known moons embedded within them, and many others at locations of known destabilizing orbital resonances with the moons of Saturn. What? One more time in English? See, they just... What? Saturn's axial inclination. Does Saturn ever actually really look like whenever I see Saturn, it looks like an eye. You can see the rings like that, but it's never like flat. And I'll have to ask Crow, I guess. Or somebody I know who's looked at that through a telescope extensively enough to know if it actually oscillates like that. Because I don't recall ever seeing it when it just didn't look like an eye. Subdivisions and structures within the ring. Look at this crap. The densest parts of the Saturnian ring system are the A and B rings, which are separated by the Cassini division, discovered in 1675 by Giovanni Domenico Cassini. 1675? along with the C ring, which was discovered in 1850 and is similar in character to the Cassini division. These regions constitute the main rings. 1675, hold on. (1672), Laurent Cassegrain described the design of a reflector, blah blah blah. Early depiction of a Dutch telescope from 1624. Okay, so how many X is an original Dutch telescope? (3x). The original Dutch telescopes were composed of a convex and a concave lens telescopes that are constructed this way, do not invert the image, blah, 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 had only a 3x magnification. 3x? 1655 Dutch diplomat, blah, blah, blah. Does it get better than 3x before this guy makes his discovery of the freaking A and B rings? I mean, come on, 3x? No. Look, I can go buy binoculars that are like 8x or 10x, and I'm not going to see the density of the rings of Saturn with it. 1682, blah, blah, blah. Well, that's before. So what did they say? What 1675. (1682). So, well, Galileo himself, to improving the telescope of increased power. His first telescope had a 3x magnification, but he soon made instruments which magnified 8x, and finally one nearly a meter long with a 37 millimeter objective, blah, 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 and a 23x magnification. Okay, so 23x. Okay, so the P900 is an 84x. Without optical magnification of that, an 84x. With an 84x P900, I'm telling you right now, it is so difficult to capture Saturn, and there's no fucking way that I'm going to tell you what the density of the rings are of Saturn in 1675 with a 3x whatever, 3x, 8x telescope. Come on, dude. And people believe this crap. Saturn always looks the same. Yeah. Yes, I know Sean Griffin has his whole series on his theory of that explains all this stuff. Planet missing, there should be 9. 3x telescopes can definitely establish the Earth as a ball. I know. My 60x can barely make out the ring and it all looks the same color. Exactly, Zach. How are these guys telling us that in 1670... Look at this bullshit. In 1675, he discovered the A, B, and C ring. Oh no, a C ring, which was discovered in 1850. So they had to wait, what is that? 175 years before they could find the other ring? Come on. Like, that just doesn't make any sense. Huygens Gap. Look at this. Oh my gosh. Oh, come on, go back. You guys believe this? Look at this. That's Saturn's rings, yo. Wow, Saturn's rings, you guys. Look at that. Ooh. Ah. What is this little pixel thing that keeps popping up repeatedly here? There's another one. There's another one. There's another one. This is so ridiculous. This is a fucking gradient in Illustrator. Excuse me. That is a gradient in Illustrator. You guys want to see something funny? Watch, I'll make Saturn rings right now in Illustrator. Right now. How'd they grind the optics to be so precise in 1675? I don't know. But it couldn't have been that good because they were only getting 3x magnification. Maybe 8x, maybe 10. Okay, where is Illustrator? So I can... Okay, check this out. This is so funny. I'm gonna real-time show you. I'm gonna copy this. So let's see. Create new. Create. Okay. And so we'll take and do our black background. Right? There. And lock that one. All right. Then you go and you get your circle because Saturn has rings, right? Watch this. This is so stupid. So stupid. So we'll do a circular gradient. Let's reverse that. Wait, should we reverse that? Well, let's do black because it's black in the center. Oh, black. Okay. And what's this color? Let's go. Let's see. Here's some Saturn ring colors. Oops. And then you just add. So let's do this ring, that ring, wait, lighter, then darker, gray, squish. Actually, here, we'll go like out from the center. Seriously. Ooh, Saturn rings, you guys. Saturn rings. Ooh. Ah. Ooh. How many can I add? Ooh. It's density. It's different density. Here, that's too dense. Let's make it less dense. Is that less dense enough? Maybe it needs to be... Here we go. About like that. Put another one. Oops. Forgot to hold down the Option key. Okay. And how about... No, not like that. I'm getting to see there's a lot now here. Okay. More. And then this, let's see, fade it out to black. There we go. And then you just, take a little section. So we'll do like this. And you just, oops. Oops. No, don't change that. So then you take this, And then you go, well, I'll just change that like that. Actually, it doesn't need anything. File, let's see, object, clipping mask, make, boom. Okay, this, you guys, right, here we go. This is my cross section of Saturn rings. I'm telling you, I could design for NASA. I'm a glober again. Oh my God. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, it's ridiculous. They're literally, I mean, this is why when everybody says, oh, it's Photoshop, blah, 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 it is. You know, like, obviously it doesn't look exactly like what they're showing you, but clearly I'm showing you it's so easy to take different gradients and just put different lines, right? And then they can tell you whatever they want to tell you about their stupid little art project, right? They can literally tell you anything about their stupid art project. Oh, look at this. Like, seriously. This shit, there's no difference. It's just a gradient with different lines. And then they're like, oh, this is this gap, and this gap, and this is made of this, and this has this density, and blah, 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 blah. And gosh, how much bullshit can we possibly make up about stuff? Yeah, that's all it is. I mean, look at this. Look at this crap, you guys. It's... What is going on here? Brightness exaggerated. Let's see. Can I download this from here? Download. Public domain. The day the earth smiled. Cyclops.org. What is Cyclops.org? Cyclops, that's another like Greek mythology monster, isn't it? Isn't that what Cyclops is? Well, anyway, this link is not working. Download original file. Save it in the Coffee Talk folder, why not? I mean, look at this. It's so ridiculous with their soft glow, their blurs, their gradients. I mean, it's not even hard stuff to make. It's just circles and blurs and gradients. It's literally all it is. Ozone sounds fake. Yeah. Okay, so here, I'm going to close this. I'm not going to save it because that's dumb. Don't save. Anyway. Hide Illustrator. Let's open. I want to open this in Photoshop. File, open. So let's see. Actually, this window's too big. Hold on. Put it over here so I can share it better. There we go. So you guys can see. Okay, so this is the Photoshop. Let's see, image size. 100 pixels per inch. 8,400 pixels wide, 3,500 pixels tall. It's a big file, 84 megs. Okay, so let's see. That's 50%, 100%. Wow. Wow, do you guys believe this? Come on. What's going on with the rings? Is this like, are we seeing through Saturn? Is I guess these rings are on top of Saturn? I don't get it. Let's see, did they follow their own thing? Now I gotta open the other window because now I'm curious. Where's that other thing? Where's the one I just had? Was it this one? No. Where's the one with the cheesy? This one? Yes. Okay. Do you think they matched it? I don't know. I don't think it's consistent. Can I download this too? Save image as. Just trying to open it out of Brave. That's the wrong program. There we go. Okay. Let's see here. Ooh, that's a big file. So let's see, I'll put this down here at the bottom like that. How about that? And let's duplicate it. Okay. Then well, just for fun. Let's see how hard they try to be consistent. I don't know. But look at this though. It's literally Photoshop art. That's all this stuff is. And they're telling you it's a picture. It's Photoshop art. Did I lose my, I did. Hold on. Shoot. Sorry, I guess I lost my window there. On ultra close of a record. Better graphics than the latest moonshot. You know that did you know that they did higher res like post production high res moon flyby videos? So like the ones that they did live, those are all like crap, low res, except for like the rocket. It's the module itself is perfectly clear, right? But then the moon is just like a blob, like it just looks like a gray blob. And what's funny is then later they go ahead and they release post-production video where it's all crisp and clear. And let me see if I can find the link to it. I know where to look. Here, this one. So now look what they put out. Isn't this ridiculous? Like, why couldn't they show that live? It didn't look like this live. It did not look like that live. Where's the, now I want to find, let's see. NASA. Let's look at what they put out live versus that post-production crap. Here. This is what we got live. So that's live. That's post-production. That's live. That's post-production. Let's see. Is there another one where they have more? Is this the one that I just looked at? Close flyby of the moon. Here, let's look at this one. Yeah, here we go. Look at this BS. So they sent this to us live. And now this is what they release. Artemis 1 captures amazing view of moon's craters during flyby. But when they were live streaming it, it looked like that. From that to that. I mean, give me a break. It's a joke. It's a fucking joke. Like, seriously. Yeah. Can you feel the earth spin faster? Blah, blah, blah. Yeah, you know why that is, What's Up? Because he gets all of Crow's guests. Yeah, still not as good as your P1000. But this is, this is supposed to be our high definition flyby of the moon. I mean, actually, this looks pretty comparable to what I see through my P900. Really. I mean, I don't see that because that part of the moon doesn't exist. That's like some weird part. They're trying to show you something that you never see, right? Obviously, because that's what makes it more believable. Because people go, oh, what kind of part of the moon is that? It's fake. That's what it is. It's freaking fake. Does this even match? I mean, I don't know what part they're saying they're flyby, but what a joke. Anyway, that's what it is. Oh my god, Tonto Bong Ronto, that's gross. That is so gross. No, I don't even know if I should approve that comment. What up, gangstas? Yeah. They are good. So what's up? Do you guys want to call in? How come nobody ever wants to call in? Are you guys all too sleepy? Are you too sleepy? 848-222-2480. Teachability index. Yeah. I don't know why that popped in your head. Because you know why? Because that's essentially what they're doing with their stupid rocket, right? It's just a bunch of space dick pics. Maybe that's why it popped in your head. Hey JM, working. Alright, you guys, I need more coffee. I'm gonna go grab a warm up. Okay? I'll be right back. Look into it. I'm back. It's all fake. It's all fake and gay. NASA cock shots if you will, okay. Yeah, without a coffee plus some talking. That's right. Cheers, Potatoes Joe. COVID crash test. I mean, hi, Spicy Sarah. Let's see what's going on in the news today. How about that? No, let's do this. News. What's trending in Google News? Mass shooting in Canada leaves at least 6 dead. 5 people killed in a horrendous condo shooting in Canada, huh? Russian kamikaze drones hit Kiev. Putin arrives in ally Belarus. Vatican dismisses Trump-supporting anti-abortion leader from priesthood. Look at this, you guys. Vatican dismisses Trump-supporting anti-abortion leader from priesthood. Father Frank Pavone, a leader of the U.S. anti-abortion movement and strong supporter of former President Donald Trump, has been dismissed from the Catholic priesthood for blasphemous social media posts and disobedience to bishops. The Vatican defrocked Pavone in November, according to a letter sent to U.S. bishops from an ambassador in Washington. Wow! Was defrocked for blasphemous communications on social media and of persistent disobedience and lawful instructions of his diocesan bishop. Diocesan, I can't, how do you say that word? Diocesan bishop. In the 2016 presidential campaign, he released a video of an aborted fetus on an altar and urged Catholics not to vote for Democratic candidate Hillary Clinton, who later lost to Trump. Well, what does that tell you about the Catholic Church? That should tell you everything you have to know. All right, what else is on here? I know, I never look at news, but I'm going to look because it's kind of a slow day today. Oh, Avatar 2's released. I actually want to watch it. I want to watch Avatar 2. Do you guys want to see that? I do. I actually liked the first Avatar. Even though it reinforces space and all this crap and it's another planet, I thought the planet that they were on, you know, the Avatar planet, it's like, it almost seems like an ancient version of our Earth, kind of, right? With the big trees and everything being bioluminescent and these strange creatures roaming around. You know what I mean? It's kind of cool. It's cool, and how they're able to, and I like the idea of how that people like are so in tune with nature and they connect, you know, physically with their little connection thing on their head, their little tentacle or whatever. I don't really think you need that tentacle though. I think that tentacle though, that idea of that, like that thing needing an actual physical connection to get the connection between the person and the animal, like, you don't need that. You really don't need that. I think that was like a subliminal programming thing to sort of deprogram telepathic communication out from people a little bit further. Like, oh, we're going to feed you this little bit of truth about, you know, nature and stuff. And by the way, you know, you have to have this special physical attribute to be able to connect with other living beings in your realm. No, you don't have to have any sort of special, you already have it. You don't need to connect physically with a tentacle to create a bond between you and another animal. And you guys know this. Everybody knows this, you know? Yeah. Saw it's Newsfest, but that's just me. I mean, part of it was kind of cheesy. Like, I thought it was really cheesy with their super, like, killer military guy who's out there in his thing and he's like, get some. Like, that is like really cheesy Hollywood dramatics, obviously. But I don't know, parts of it I thought were interesting. Okay, well, it's okay if you don't want to call in. I'll just make stuff up. I'll just talk to myself. Yeah. So anyway, I'm kind of interested in seeing Avatar 2. Maybe I'll take my children to go out to a movie. What else is going on? What about the Twitter files? Has anybody been following that stupid Twitter BS? Yeah, Elon Musk did a poll on Twitter asking if he should resign, and it was like overwhelming. The votes came out to yes. He said he would adhere to whatever the poll said, and like most of the users said yes. It was pretty funny. So I don't know if he's actually going to give up control. Twitter users say Elon Musk should quit as CEO after weeks of turmoil since he bought the company. Whatever turmoil, shit disturbing. I don't think it's turmoil. Twitter has finally been interesting again, in my opinion. Like, it's made Twitter more interesting, because I've had a Twitter account for years, and I just share links over there. But it's funny to see everybody having, spiraling on Twitter right now. Yeah, 57% said he should quit in a Twitter poll that closed after 12 hours on Monday. Mr. Musk had said that he would abide by the results of the vote. After voting ended, there was no immediate response from Musk on Twitter. If he follows through, Mr. Musk would be handing over the reins of the company that he bought for $44 billion in late October. The turbulent weeks since then have been marked by mass layoffs at the company. Layoffs and then rehires. Like, I don't know what's going on over there. I can't even keep up with all the stupid shit, but I think it's funny. It's funny too, because like some of the people that he'll reinstate, they'll be like, well, I'm glad I got reinstated, but Elon Musk doesn't stand for free speech. It's just so funny. It's just ridiculous. Yeah, if you got a normie, I've had some normies call in. Somebody had their Globe Believer friend call in one day. Oh my God, that person spiraled. It was kind of funny. But yeah, if there's anybody who's new to Flat Earth, any normies, yeah, call in, ask questions. 848-222-2480. Yeah. I'll accept normie calls as long as they're civil. Elon has a kid named XAE. I know, it's so weird. These people are just weird. They don't live in the same world that we live in, okay? These people do not live in reality. These people are living in like the penultimate simulated reality, right? The beast system reality. They don't live in the reality that the rest of us live in. They are like highly submerged, way up over their heads in their matrix freaking beast system reality. They have no idea what it's like to live a normal life like the rest of us. Whoa, you guys. A new type of dolphin has evolved in the Pacific Ocean. A new type of dolphin evolved. Come on. A new species of bottlenose dolphin was identified by researchers. That doesn't mean that it evolved as found in the tropical region of the eastern Pacific Ocean. The bottlenose dolphins offshore waters of eastern tropical Pacific formed one single cluster, and they were significantly smaller based on skull and body length than common bottlenose dolphins forming the other clusters. The subspecies is named Tursiops ETP bottlenose dolphin. So there's smaller bottlenose dolphins. The new subspecies is restricted to the eastern tropical Pacific. Okay. Why do they have to put their bullshit spin on it and say a new type of dolphin has evolved? They didn't fucking see it evolved. They just found it. They just realized that it existed. It's always been here, just like everything else. And they gotta call it evolution. Oh, a new dolphin evolved. No, you guys just didn't know it existed until now. That's all. I mean... And micro evolution is a thing, but not macro, like adaptation, right? Like, so maybe a couple of other smaller dolphins had mated with some other smaller dolphins, and they just kept doing that, and so now there's like a series of smaller dolphins. A chicken, right? But it didn't evolve. Yeah. Exactly. PayPal stock is down. Go woke, go broke. Yeah, right. I mean, who cares about freaking PayPal anyway? I hate PayPal. Yeah, evolved. Exactly. Like, they can't just say a new species was discovered. Of course, then you watch the video and that's how they word it. A new subspecies of common bottlenose dolphin found only in tropical regions, blah, blah, blah. Smaller than common bottlenose dolphins. The scientists named the new subspecies Eastern Tropical Pacific, blah, blah, blah. These dolphins, which are highly intelligent creatures, grow to between 6.5 and 13 feet in length and can weigh more than 1,000 pounds. Yeah, it's ridiculous. Evolved. Didn't freaking evolve. January 6th committee expected to recommend DOJ pursue criminal charges against Trump. Like, so this whole shit show is still going on? Why a January 6th committee criminal referral for Trump won't force DOJ to act. Okay. Committee to wait. Whatever. Phoenix. Several people seriously injured amid turbulence on Phoenix to Hawaii flight. Ooh. 20 people injured after severe turbulence on Hawaiian Airlines flight to Honolulu. Oh, geez.
On Sunday, at least 20 passengers were injured, several hospitalized. So let's go right to our transportation correspondent, Gio Benitez, who is tracking the latest on this one. Good morning, Gio.
Hey, Cecilia, good morning. Yeah, it's incredibly rare for a flight to end up with injuries like this. It was a Hawaiian Airlines flight, and the severe turbulence happened shortly before landing in Honolulu. But passengers say they were not warned.
Overnight, a terrifying ordeal in the skies over Hawaii.
Hawaiian 35, heavy. Did you need medical personnel at the gate? Yes, we do, Hawaiian.
Sudden and severe turbulence, bouncing passengers violently up and down, hitting their heads. Ceiling tiles cracked and bent.
Whoa!
Video from inside the cabin shows several on board stunned. And among the injured, a 14-month-old child.
Aww.
One passenger temporarily losing consciousness. At least 20
Holy
injured,
shit.
13 of them taken to a local hospital after the plane made an emergency landing. 3 flight attendants who were moving around the cabin are among the injured. Others treated in the terminal for cuts to the head, bumps, and bruises.
There were no fatalities, and I'm hoping folks don't have to stay in the hospital too long and can get back to their loved ones, whether they're...
Jeez, man, that's gnarly. That is gnarly. My bad for drinking Starbucks knowing the true meaning of its mermaid logo. Yes. Your eternal damnation. For sure, dude. You're done. I'm just kidding. It's okay. I mean, why would you drink it? To me, it just tastes like crap. I hate Starbucks. It tastes like booty to me, but that's just me. But no, you're not. You're fine. New species means it can't procreate with other dolphins. Well, I don't know. It didn't say anything about that. They must have hit a pocket of gravity, Big Mind sailing. Oh, we got a caller! Yay! Thanks for calling Coffee Talk. You're on with Karen B.
Well, good morning.
Hi, how are you?
Happy to be alive. Grateful to have the opportunity. What's my alternative, right?
Right.
Right. So, I've a long-time listener. I've never called in to anything, any of your productions. And, I was just this morning, it's 6 below out, so I was watching last week's Coffee Talk. And, I've been watching you for a while, and you're getting warm. You're getting real warm, like you said about your response time mentally is increasing. Okay, so, and a lot of folks are close, but they just can't seem to nail it. Look, so we have unclean and clean. We have frequencies we can't see, TV, radio, whatnot.
Mm-hmm.
So as you continue to tune out of the unclean spirits, wavelengths, frequencies, however you want to put it,
mm-hmm.
as you continue to clean out of that, you're going to get more access to the things. Okay, so I do not give as the world gives, and so on. So as you continue to clean it up, that's what holy means, clean. You get more and more access to the clean spirits. I've known for a while that whatever you want, vaccines, mercury in the teeth, you run down the list, all designed to clog up your tuner.
Mm-hmm.
I know this is controversial, and people don't talk about this, but I'm just not buying the memory machine thing.
What do you mean
of
the
our
memory
brains.
machine? Oh, like you don't think memories are stored in our brain?
Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
Exactly.
Yeah, I can't disagree. I mean, you can't even prove it.
Right. So so tuner transmitter, if you will. I hate that saying, but I'm saying something here a lot of people haven't crossed their plate. Like Star Wars, it was a truth drop. Fear leads to anger, anger leads to hate, and hate leads to the dark side, and the dark side will seduce you.
Mm-hmm.
So clogging up that tuner with whatever, drinking out of aluminum cans, pots and pans, you can run down the list. I don't have to. It clogs up that tuner. Now you got to get your information from man, TV, radio. And you hear a lot of people talking about, just the common sense, the cognizant, critical thinking is just not there. Right.
Mm-hmm.
But for you, and don't let this go to your head. I say that for myself, that as that joy, the joy will increase, the satisfaction will increase. You're just hitting it right on the button, and as you continue to clean that up, you can't even describe. A lot of people use the conventional, Christian one-liners, but even they don't know. What is the definition of repent? It's change your mind.
Mm-hmm.
And you said it. You said as you change your mind, you change your frequencies, you change your tuning.
Yeah.
Yeah, it grows. So, with that said, that's just the tip of the iceberg for me. And I love to watch you guys getting closer and closer. I mean, when I say guys, I mean guys, gals, whatever. But I just felt compelled to call in because it's a lot simpler. Here, this is pretty common. You're reading through the Bible, you do your Bible study thing, and you get to that part with Jacob and Laban and how, they're both a couple of pretty slippery. But it talks about, and I went back and double-checked, so this is just a joy for me as you're going through the Bible, and it's like, well, he peeled strips and put them in the troughs, and everybody thinks the same thing, like it's some kind of potion or a miracle. No, it's the first occasion of controlled breeding. He built a fence. So he would only let the ones breed that are his. That's what it means.
Oh, I know what you're talking about, like the goats with the spots and all that.
Yes, exactly.
I know what you're
it's
talking
the
about.
Pardon me?
Nothing. Go ahead. Continue.
Okay, so as time goes on, these things will start to pop out at you, and it's tough to describe. So my handout to anybody who knock, seek, find, and just remember that the things that we're talking about here, I do not give as the world thing. All things have been given unto me there's always these things. We're talking frequencies, and the whole thing about this ain't real and it's a simulation. It all fits together. It all fits together here. Just to really drive it home, let's just say, for conventional, doesn't matter. Up in heaven, all clean frequencies, wavelength spirits, if you will. Down in hell, all corrupted, unclean. Here, both choose. What are you going to tune into? If you tune into the light and you get all, you get the joy and the wisdom and all the things, oh, I get it now. Well, then we'll see you at the party. But we don't want anybody at the party that's, there's always that one person at the party who kind of seems to ruin it. We don't want that. So anybody who tunes in to the light, yeah. And I just wanted to call in because Karen, it's just a joy to watch you and other people like you getting closer and closer. Like, well, what is sin? You get a church. Ask the preacher. They don't even know what sin is. It's like, oh, that's all the bad things I do. No, it's it's called the way. I went to this, just to illustrate, I went to this mega church leader. Cost me $110 for the manly meal. It was all men, and it was in some kind of gothic private restaurant. And at the end, I said, well, why, this Christian thing has an enigma attached to it. Christians, oh, you're well, if you read in the book of Acts, they were called Christians first at Antioch, Karen. Well, I get it. It's a nickname. Christians, and it stuck. But before that, and if you read, it's called the way, the followers of the way. Well, what do you mean, the way? Well, his way, not our way. And when we're doing it our way, that's sin, and it stinks. It hardly ever works. But when you get that cleaner tuned up and you tune in, I gave it up, the me show, the me way back in 1991, and I double-checked him for 5 years. He was always right, always. So I gave it up. Now I just go with it. So as you get this, I already know, because if you talk the way you do, and I watch you seek and find and grow, I already know I'm going to see you at the party. I know.
Okay.
Yeah. So, I don't mean to take up so much time going to some rant, but I just felt compelled to call in. And I was going, well, when does she have this coffee talk? So I went over and I was looking at Brian, what's her YouTube thing again? And so I find you, and here you're on.
Mm-hmm.
Thanks for taking my call.
Yeah, well, thanks for calling. And
I know that's a lot of information. I usually overwhelm people. It's a lot of things to think about. But I guess I just want to lift you up there and say you're on the right track, girl. It's all going to come clear to you, and bless you.
Well, thank you. Appreciate that.
I'm sorry I didn't hardly let you talk. Did you want to say anything, or are you having questions? That was a lot.
No, that's fine. I like to listen to other people talk when they call in. That's the point. That's cool.
And you're not going to call me a nut or anything?
No.
I'm not a creep.
No.
I sent you an email once long ago, and I thought, oh, no, she thinks I'm a creep. It was during the COVID stuff, and I emailed you because I just felt like, well, I can talk to her a little bit, and she'll feel better.
I don't remember specifically because I get a lot of emails.
No, it was a long time ago. But, when you're talking about the health thing, too, I've got a bomb to drop on the health thing like you wouldn't believe. And but I don't put it out there because I don't want to be in some position where I got to take the bribe, the offer you can't refuse. But as far as health is concerned, I have to tell you that it's all about digestion. It really is.
Yeah.
And if you're not digesting properly, that means that your body's not working properly. You're not getting the nutrients that your body needs to operate. If you know anything about herbs, which obviously you do, then, and this is, I scientifically proven this over the last 6 years in a study, that every symptom is a nutrient deficiency. And you'll say, okay, so with this symptom, 2 or 3 herbs relieve that symptom. Well, that's because that nutrient is in those herbs. Now, I'm not a doctor. I've just seen it for myself. how many times this is ridiculous.
Mm-hmm.
And, to make claims about curing people and whatnot, well, yeah, that can get you in trouble. And the way it's all rigged up is, obviously, you know all about that. So if you're not digesting properly, then you're not getting the nutrients that your body needs to operate properly, and that's why you get sick. You're storing toxins instead of getting rid of them. So, okay, well, how do we get rid of toxins, and how do we digest? Okay, so they give you these spell words like probiotic, prebiotic, gut flora, but nobody knows what that means.
Mm-hmm.
And all the products out there are the old nag blind pony type secondary things, not the real deal that gets it done. And not everybody likes sauerkraut and kimchi, but if you buy sauerkraut and start saying, oh, okay, so I'm going to eat sauerkraut that's got good digestive bacteria in it.
Mm-hmm.
Well, they pasteurize it. They kill all the bacteria.
Yeah.
With the animals, we dry the hay, dry the cord, dry the soin, because their bacteria is out on the pasture, over the field, if you will.
Mm-hmm.
Very first, right? Okay, so we can the vegetables, we cook the vegetables. We basically kill all of the bacteria, which is responsible for breaking down what we eat to the smallest amounts that our bodies can absorb. So if you think about this, then, okay, then if I'm digesting properly, then I won't get sick. Well, I have found that none of us are digesting properly. So in order to say this right, it's like you have to have a woman that's digesting properly during gestation, a child that is brought up digesting properly, and then their children will be able to get to see what they're like. This constipation, these symptoms, that's why I'm not against antibiotics, but if one of the major, if you've ever taken antibiotics, is constipation. Yeah, that's because it kills all of the bacteria. Now, you have no gut flora, so I was like, well, replace
I don't
your
like
gut
antibiotics.
flora. Yeah,
I never take them. Last time antibiotics were prescribed to me, I didn't take them. And I ended up not even needing it. They just give it to you just because.
So, right now, you believe that, though, Karen. Exactly. So you don't. This is what happens when you start getting access to the frequencies, to the clean spirits. If however you can think of it, that you believe that you didn't need it. This whole thing about the realm manifesting for you.
Mm-hmm.
That's there. I can rant on testimony after testimony after testimony. It really is what you believe. But if your tuner's clogged up, then that all gets messed up. But I like to use the inner city folks. Well, I'll never, living behind bars, gunshot. I'll never get out of this city.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I have to live here all my life. Okay, you believe that, right?
Right.
Okay, but there's somebody next door. No, I'm not going to believe that. I believe I'm going to get out of here. And for somehow the door is open to them and they're out.
Yeah.
So if you believe that, and that's where that gratification thing where you're talking about ties in, where you repent, that's basically you repent. You change your mind, and then what you believe changes. And then all of a sudden things start happening. So we've been taught, oh, that's magic, magic's not real, blah, blah, blah. But I tell you, the more you get cleaned up, your tuner gets cleaned up, and the more you start to see, then that whole eyes to see and ears to hear, and you can tune into those frequencies and hear them, well, then it'll become more apparent to you. But even unto this day, so I've been practicing for 30 years. Anything you practice at, you get good at. But even I, the spirit of doubt comes in there, get rid of it. Our conscience will tell us the difference between the clean and unclean spirits. It's kind of like you always, not kind of like, it is exactly like, you always know when somebody's saying something that's not true. Like, if, for example, if it does, I'm 63 now, so the rule of thumb, and I like to let the young people in on this, that if it doesn't make sense, then there's something wrong. There's, effing BS going on.
Mm-hmm.
But you don't curse the person that didn't make sense, because they're no doubt just parroting something they believed. Or like, if, let's say, any meeting, you go to a meeting, school board, company, whatever, and at the end somebody says, okay, any questions? No one raises their hands, but there was a couple things that didn't make sense to me. And so I raised my hand and asked the question, could you say that part again? And then it still don't make sense, and then everybody at that point in the room, yeah. So, you know what, I'm going to drop that, and I'm going to tell you, I remember one time you were saying, and they call me the country preacher because I'm talking over here, talking over there. I apologize, I got 10 feet of, but this is important. Everybody thinks that the First Amendment, what they think is totally wrong. Read it backwards. The right to petition your government for grievances. Well, what does that mean? It doesn't mean raise a sign and get on a bullhorn. The right to come to the community center to decide what you're going to petition for, and the right to say whatever you want at the community center. Now, at a community center, I'm in a rural setting, and if you came into the meeting and started being disruptive and vote, well, we just pick you up, take you outside, or nowadays you got to call the cops. So everybody thinks it's through the courts. No, it's not. You at one time you said, what can we do? And I'm just such a busy guy with all these frequencies. I didn't get back to that, but I'm here now. So I wanted to do this anonymous. Look, they drive it out of us from grade school. If anybody who remembers in third grade, you can write now and you send your letter to the president or the governor, and it's, I'm going to write this. You spend all this time and you send it in, and the answer comes back, and you find out it's a form letter. Everybody got the same thing, and that feeling of, he didn't read my letter. It doesn't do any good. They drive it out of us from the beginning. Mm-hmm. So I call it sign a copy received. It's so simple. I'll give you an example. Even one legal petition. And remember, an elected official must vote per how many legal petitions he has. It doesn't matter what he thinks. It doesn't matter if he's left, right, up, down, whoever he is. He must vote by how many legal. Now, what's a legal petition? All right, so you get these people. We all know what the petitions are. You write, we want to fix the road in town. And you all sign it. Okay, so they take that in and they hand it in. By law, it must go in the garbage. Every letter, phone call, petition, anything that does not do what I'm about to tell you is an unlegal, legally it must go in the garbage. Okay, so I'll give you an example. Always, your honorable whoever. I tell you do this to school boards, they start resigning like crazy. My highway is the worst highway ever. When can I expect it to be fixed? Please respond in a timely manner. Now, law says they must respond in a timely manner. And then you put your name and address on there and sign it. Okay, that's one petition, right? And here's your petition. Now, you take 2 copies of that. You walk into the field office or your state, wherever, and you say, here's your copy, sign my receipt. They got a little rubber stamp receipt. Now, it could say sign 1,000 copies received. Boom, they sign it, received. Now you have officially petitioned your government. It was this highway heading south, and it's just taking out tires, and it's just the worst highway. They'll never fix it. They'll never fix it. Well, I started shaming everybody for 40 miles. You put up with this? What are you, retarded? I used a retarded word because you bleep that out if it's not allowed on YouTube, but it gets their attention, but not without telling them how to do it. You know what happened the very next summer? That whole stretch of the highway, 50 miles, was fixed. You would be amazed if one person petitions. They'd be like, holy fright, what's going on? Now, if you got a whole bunch of people, so how do I put this? All right, so, well, he campaigned on this, but when he got in, he voted the other way. We've all heard that. Mm-hmm. Why? Because the minute he puts his hand on the Bible and raises his right hand, takes the oath of office, he must vote by how many legal petitions he has. If you go on Google, I just checked this out yesterday. You go on Google and you see petition, and there's all the questions. It's as a general to make the government aware of an issue. Mm-hmm. Petitions are an awareness. Oh, what a lie! So the petition, there's always set a time for the vote. Doesn't matter, local, town, whatever, just all the way up. Now the petitioning goes up right up until the vote. And they've got us all thinking that a lobbyist is a corporate stooge, and rightly so, Karen. Rightly so. But really, he's a professional petitioner. He's sitting in, and now you can write the law in your petition and hand it in. And he has to bring that law into whatever legislative body you're petitioning. If he has more for than against, if he gets more petitions saying, don't bring this law to the table, well, then he won't. Okay, so the petitioning goes on right up until the vote. Okay, 20 minutes until the vote. I need 20, and he's sitting in their office. I need 20 more petitions, yay or for or against, so our guy can vote how we want. And then, boom, he gets them. So that's what organizing is. We talk about what's organizing. You hear about organizing. Obama's a great organizer. This is how it works. It doesn't matter who your representative is. It don't matter who got voted in. Now, the Freedom of Information Act is there so that you can discover if your representative, your elected representative, is voting per how many, per the majority of the petitions that he's getting. And now let's just take abortion. Oh, yeah, it's so controversial. Let's say he campaigned on abortion, but all the petitions came in for pro-choice. Well, because of his conscience, he just can't vote pro-choice, so he is allowed to abstain because he's human. But if you look to see what he abstained from, you can know the character of your elected official. So my point is it doesn't matter, red team, blue team, I'm so sick of this. It don't matter. He must vote per how many legal petitions he gets. So let's say we got a blue team stacked legislature. We'll say red. A red team stacked legislature. And all the petitions came into the representatives from a blue team point of view. He must vote blue team. That's how it works. So simple. That's why it's we the people. And what that means by get rid of your government. If you petition the Speaker of the House, and I think you understand. Do I need to keep going on?
No.
Do you have any questions about this? It's so easy, and it is easy to conceive. But I told this woman she was having problems with the tranny story time and the public school debacle that we're all in right now.
Mm-hmm.
And she was so upset. And, of course, I'm going for the smile. No matter what, I'm getting a smile out of you. What do you call a cow with no legs? Ground beef. It's easy. So I told her how to do it. I said, well, petition them. They'll do whatever you want. So she goes there. She had an army of mothers. She didn't even... The Good Old Boy Network is way better than Twitter, okay?
Mm-hmm.
Or whatever people are communicating on. So she goes there. Turns out there's an army, a small, 10 women, 10 soccer moms ready to beat the door down. They just resigned. The superintendent resigned, the principal resigned, and 2 teachers, I think, resigned. And the only reason they're resigning is because they don't even know. I was talking to a cop how to petition to a county supervisor during the last election because they spend all that time with their signs and everything, and I just had to get out of my truck and tell him. And I said, okay, he says he's a county supervisor for 29 years. And so I asked him, I said, so in all that time now, we got 5-6 men standing around. In all that time, have you ever received a legal petition? He said, no. This is the problem in our country. So let me ask you this. I have a question now, and you'll be able to jump right to it, Karen. So if you're not legal petitioning, I'm not legally petitioning. Well, I do legally petition because I just thought that people were afraid. So I thought, okay, I got to be brave and step up.
Well, wait a minute.
Okay, whatever,
legal
here.
Petition for what exactly are you talking about? Legal petitioning for?
Well, like if here in my state, well, let's just talk about they wanted to. The rumor was if we don't have a zoning committee and go along with the state, they'll force us to. And it was a law. Well, the law said that you may or you shall. But the rumor was if we don't do it, then the county or the state will do it for us. Well, that was just a lie from the left. To whatever, lampposts so that dark sky, or trying to tell you can't build a silo here because there's a view from the road, kooky stuff like that from the left. Well, anyway, so we didn't want this. So we took away the village powers from the town so they can't do it. So what I mean by petitioning is I petitioned for a special meeting, and we petitioned during the meeting, which is a motion, and it's to be seconded and whatnot. And so you can petition your any government body. Any government body. And so if you've got more petitions than the other side, you win. You win. Now, your elected officials, they have one vote during that vote. But after the vote, all decisions will be decided by a majority of electors voting. Well, they're supposed to vote with us, with the majority. So, and I don't want to be confusing, but when you say, what do you petition? Oh, you name it. Get your roads fixed. Get your curriculum changed in your schools. Everything. Just everything. We could, if people knew how to do this, we could have immediately organized and petitioned our legislative officials to knock down every COVID whatever. Now, so I thought everybody was just, and it does start trouble. I'm the only guy petitioning. Yeah, you got people backing you up, but will they back you up? When you start you lose your job or you lose contracts. All those things happen to me. But yeah, that was something better. I tuned into a different frequency. Now I'm fine. So in other words, anything they did to me, it just came back better for me. So I wasn't afraid, but I realized that people were just ignorant, is my point. They just didn't know, whereas I thought they were afraid. So this who's petitioning then? Well, I'll tell you, the they, the them, the elites, the L-ites, pardon me, the 1%, right? That's why every law goes against us. The common man. We could have $1 gas if we wanted. As a matter of fact, there's an age limit to vote, but there's no age limit to petition. So literally, kids in school can have ice cream every day they walk in the door. They get their grandparents signed up. And then there won't be as many parents and grandparents or parents and teachers to go against their petition. No age limit for petitioning, but age limit for voting. So once you understand, and when you really do it yourself, you start to understand what the Constitution really means. Like even the Second Amendment, a well-regulated militia. Hello, that's the cops. That's the cops. And the sheriff. And who regulates them?
Well, that's not the cops.
We do.
No, we don't, because they're always putting us in jail. That's not not the militia.
That's because the elites are setting the policy, the regulations. But as the people, we can petition and change those regulations. We're in charge of the laws. That's what people.
Well, I agree that
have a
people
hard time
need to
wrapping around their
learn.
head.
People need to understand their rights and where the jurisdiction of the government begins and ends, and what applies to, and all that stuff. But I don't know if petitioning for everything is necessarily the answer.
Well, until you petition, Karen, and do it for yourself. And see what happens,
for instance, I'm not going to petition.
I'm
not going to petition to change the school curriculum. I'm just going to pull my children out of it and give them my own curriculum. You know what I'm saying? That's my answer.
No, absolutely. Yeah, and now see, but if somebody else did, for a clean frequency in our schools instead of all these unclean, corrupted frequencies, but you'd sign that petition. I mean, if it lined up with your point of view.
I mean, I guess.
Okay, so that's what I mean by until you actually start petitioning and seeing these elected officials, start hopping around on the coals, then that's when you start to understand. Like I said, because it always brought me trouble. In the end, yeah, the other side, now it's 10 years later, in that particular scenario I was describing before, we took away their village powers. Well, now they see, oh, the garbage still gets picked up. Oh, the roads are still maintained. Oh, yeah, look at that town next door. They got to pay a permit to dig a hole when you're sitting on 100 acres. It's ridiculous in other towns what they, these rules they come up with. But they see now in this town, oh, yeah, no, glad we don't have that. But not one of them is going to come back to you and say, hey, Dave, good job. No. And you don't need it when you're tuned into the clean. You can hear them. So, anyway, thanks for putting up with me, Karen.
All right. Thanks. What's your name?
Dave.
Dave. All right. Thanks, Dave.
Yeah, and take the rest of the day off with pay.
All right.
In your heart. In your heart, Karen. In your heart.
All right. Thanks.
Again, thanks for putting up with me. Merry Christmas.
All right. Merry Christmas.
Bye.
I don't really celebrate Christmas anymore, but if you do, have a Merry Christmas, I guess. I mean, I'm still sort of torn whether or not, because like I saw some people streaming and talking about like what does the Christmas tree represent, and when for years when we first started like talking about like what the real meaning is behind a lot of these holidays and stuff, it was like the Christmas tree, is that supposed to be like a representation of Nimrod's penis, and you put it and you decorate it with balls, lots of balls? Like, I don't know if that's true or not. Other people think it represents that it's I don't know. I still am kind of deconstructing what Christmas is and trying to decide if I want to like substitute it with something else or not or whatever. I don't know. But I haven't put a Christmas tree up I didn't put one up this year, and I didn't put it up last year. I kind of like not doing it just because it's a pain in the butt. But, I still want to do something fun for the children. Never had a tree in this house. Haven't had a plate on my car for 2 years. Yeah. The changing of the seasons, at least. Well, that's what it is. We did get Najla's family member out of prison for a life sentence for possession and unarmed nonviolent robbery, petitioned and got him out. My only experience with that. Oh, that's cool, James. Wow. That's interesting, James. So they were already in prison, got announced we were out of prison for a life sentence. Yeah. For possession and unarmed nonviolent robbery. Wow, they were in prison for life for that? That's crazy. Cucks, as Jaren would say. Yeah. Let's substitute it with flat mass. Yes, flatness. Yeah, Dr. Law, actually I do. I would like to have a nice, like, holiday get-together with all the local flatties and do something fun with all the children. I think it would be fun. We'll have to do something. The burning bush of life. Solstice sun stands till day 21. Yeah. I'll tell you what I did though I did go get a nice big roast so I can make a nice holiday meal for my family. We're gonna have a big, sirloin roast, potatoes, and all that good stuff. I'm gonna make a nice big holiday meal. Maybe we'll make a pie. I never did make a pumpkin pie. I bought a pumpkin pie for Thanksgiving, but I still have stuff to make one, so I might make one and just do fun stuff. Yeah. Some people are switching over to biblical holy days. Yes, Sylvia. Hi, Sylvia. I'm glad Sylvia popped up in chat because that reminds me. I wanted to show this. I'm gonna have to. I'll probably do a separate little video just for this thing you sent me, Sylvia. And I want to maybe point to where people can go get one for themselves because it's really cool. If somebody wants it. So Sylvia is a woman that was at my event and she writes books. She wrote a book about the moon phases, right? And she's got This thing she sent me, the story of the awakening chosen people, is about the story of the chosen people, Hebrew nations. Okay, cool. That's cool. But what she sent me too is this really cool biblical timeline. Let me put myself on the big video so you guys can see it, because it's actually really cool. There we go. Okay. Let me move I'm gonna move my mic, so it might sound weird for a minute. But check it out. It's like a whole Bible timeline, right? So it starts at the beginning, and then it goes. I mean, it's like a whole scroll. I don't even know how they make it, but you know. And then you just kind of go through the whole, and it's illustrated. It's really cool. So like if you have children and you want something to sort of help illustrate the timeline, I think this is a really cool thing. Because one of my things about reading the Bible, like the number one reason I wanted to read it, it was not really so much religious. It was like for the knowledge. I really wanted the information. I want the information in it. It's like a historical. It's like one of the oldest books. So it's got to have some historical value, right? And we know history is a lie. And whenever I was in school, nobody ever told me. They never once discussed what's going on in any of the Bible stories to discuss history, right? When you're in school, they never even touch on it. So I just think it's really cool that she made this. Isn't that neat? Anyway, it's really, really long. I haven't even gotten to the end of it yet. So, lost 10 tribes. Wow, it even comes to modern times. State of Israel is reestablished. Is that modern times, or is that reunited the King of Israel? 1948, State of Israel reestablished. I guess I haven't looked at that. Anyway, I think it's a really cool little timeline, little Bible timeline. Smites and begats. It is cool. I don't know if, let me see, did you put in here tell me where people could go purchase this if they want to get their own copy? Huh. Maybe you should let me know, Sylvia, and if anybody wants to get a copy of that, I can put you in touch with Sylvia and she can hook you up. She can, I don't know how much she's selling them for, but I think it's really cool. And also Sylvia's been writing books about, like, for children to help explain the geocentric realm to children, which is awesome. So, anyway, I've been meaning to share that. I think I'll make a little video about it, Sylvia, once I have the information, if some people can order that. And then I'll put a link out. That's for Israel. Is it real? Yeah. Where are the 12 tribes of Israel now? They want to be God. They want us to keep us connecting with our Creator. Would Baal worshippers have a flag? I don't know. Would they? Oh, let me change my camera view, because every time I look at the thing, it's like I'm losing. Anyway, yeah, it's a really cool. Thank you for sending that, Sylvia, by the way. I love it. because I am studying scripture. So, and it's hard too when you're reading through scripture, like it bounces around a lot, and they'll talk about a place in its future name, but in the story you're reading, it's not called that yet. It's really weird. It's not easy to read the Bible. That's why you have to study it. Because it's not written like any sort of traditional book. You know, it's really, you do have to study it. But thanks, boy. I was making, it's a screenshot from a video, an animation I'm making where like the world is spinning and there's a clown underneath the clown face. Yeah. The nation was divided in 722 BCE, north and south. Basically, the south became the Jews and the north became the Christians. Fascinating. Yeah, I just feel like there's a really good, there's a lot of historical value to the Bible. And one thing like, Sean Griffin, who did a talk at my event where he talks about, like, if you watch the movie, there's clips in there where he's saying about in the Bible, where God's telling, God or Yehovah is telling people, he's like, look, you guys need to pick your own leaders and do your own thing. Or if you vote for someone to be a ruler over you, they're going to tax you. And it's true. Like taxes, giving a portion of what you earn to the state, like that is Babylonian law. That is slavery. Like that's not a good thing. And loaning money on interest is usury. That's illegal too. This is all stuff that they talk about too in the Bible, in the Old Testament, actually Exodus. I'm reading Exodus right now. If you guys follow the anti-religious scripture study, we're going through Exodus, and Exodus talks about this stuff. Like it already has talked about it, because I think we're in like chapter 20 something now. And it's already talked about it. All the crap that sucks in this world, like it all talks about it in the Bible. Like everything wrong with governments and the way things are run and what they do to people. It's like talks about all of it. I mean, it's, obviously written in a different time, it's a different time, but the basics of it is the same. It all applies to now. Just say no to the Noahide laws. Who's Erwin Schiff? The six-pointed star, like all of the symbols that they have, most of them are good symbols and they co-opted them and used them. It's like everything is a tool, right? Anything can be considered a tool, right? And these tools in and of themselves are not good or bad, right? Like it's not, a gun itself is not good or evil. A hammer is not good or evil, right? It's whatever the sentient being who is manipulating that tool, whatever the intent is of that sentient being manipulating that tool at that time, that determines what the action is, whether it's a good function or a bad function, right? But the object itself is not gonna be, it can't be evil. Something, you know what I'm saying? So like these symbols that they use, they're not bad. The symbol itself is not bad. It's the intent behind the sentient being invoking that symbol or and using that tool, or you know what I'm saying? So you can't look at it like, oh, this means that and only that. It's not true. They're invoking energies, and the intent behind that is what determines whether it's good or evil. Yeah, exactly. The northern people were so into Baal worship that Yehovah banished them from the land. Eventually, they became less wild and pagan and adopted Christianity. Latent Christian nations have been returning to Baal worship. Huh. They're spraying Mason symbols on me now. I was having some Mason symbols being sprayed on my sky this morning. Did you see that? I'm telling you, man. I saw the IXXI and everything. Yeah, I know. Will determine your path. I mean, yes. Yeah. Like some of the stuff that guy was talking about, that guy that called earlier, like I have been, he says, nobody talks about this stuff. Well, I do. I talk about it. I've been talking about it for a long time, since 2018. I've been talking about the heart field, you know, and the electromagnetic toroid field that is generated by your heart, that goes outside your body, your brain, everything has a field, right? I mean, I've been talking about this. I just don't say it every time because I feel like, you know, I'm repeating myself. And I'm not very good at repeating myself. But I've been talking about that stuff forever. About using your field, your heart field, to upload and download information to and from the ether, subconsciously and consciously. And that our body is an antenna. I talk about that all the time. I talk about how our skeleton is crystalline, right? And crystalline, everything crystal has a resonant, right? And crystalline objects maintain a dominant oscillatory rate, a regular dominant oscillatory rate. And everybody's got a crystalline skeleton, and everybody has their own dominant, you know, oscillatory rate, or your own frequency, your own basic frequency of who you are, right? Your frequency signature. You know, I talk about that stuff, but am I supposed to say the same thing every day? Pagan just means out of covenant. If you want to do the will of the... What? Same as the intent behind politically incorrect language. So calling someone a nigger isn't intrinsically bad. If you want to do the will of the Creator, you're not pagan. Yeah. Oh, look, Marty's here still. Wow. Or did you come back? So I'm curious about the pagan thing. Are Christians pagan? And now I want to look up the definition of nigger. I don't know why. I want to see what it says. Used as a disparaging term for a black person, using a disparaging term for any member of dark-skinned people, used as a disparaging term for a member of any socially, economically, or politically derived group of people. Same as niggard, a black man, a Negro, a native to the East Indies or one of the Australian Aborigines, a black caterpillar, the larva of Athalia centifolia, the turnip sawfly. Are you kidding? A kind of holothurian common off the coast of Cornwall, England, so-called Cornish fishermen. I don't know. I don't know why. Yeah, negro is black in Spanish. Yeah, I know that. I thought I remembered a while ago that the etymology was like it actually meant stupid and not let's see. Earlier Niger Negro. Earlier sushis was a term that carries with it all the obloquy and contempt and rejection which whites have inflicted on blacks. 1965. Okay. It was also applied by English colonists to the dark-skinned native peoples of India, Australia, and Polynesia. Gloom, unlucky, bad, wicked. I guess it always meant that. Why do I feel like it meant something? They used to say it meant something else. The Latin word was also applied to the black peoples of Africa, but the usual terms were Ethiops and Afer. What about Nigard? Mean or stingy person, miser. Okay, late 14th century. See, this is what I'm going here. Now we're getting somewhere. Nigard, also with variant Nagoon, a word of uncertain origin, blah, blah, blah. But the root word is possibly from earlier nig, which means stingy, perhaps from Scandinavian source related to Old Norse, stingy. A noun, a niggardly person is attested, which do not, stingy, niggardly. Stingy, which is connected to niggard, is an abbreviated form of nigger, which is attested by in the Jim Crow song. Just curious. I was just curious what it said. My children are Kriggers and I love them. Oh my gosh, Grounded Extracts, that's hilarious. Then look up Cracker. Okay. You want me to look up Cracker? Honky? How about Honky? I meant to say honky. Oh, there you go. JM's got honky. And it is Europe. Yeah. What WTF is Kriggers? That's so funny. Okay, anyway, I don't know why I just decided to look that up. I'm sorry. Tangent. Look up the N-word in the Urban Dictionary. I know they call it renege when you cheat in spades. What's up with that? I don't know. I'll have you know I'm a honky white cracker. Man, it's so funny. Oh, it's too funny. I actually had been meaning to look up the etymology of that word for a while. I don't know why. Oh, Dr. Law, hey. Thanks for calling Coffee Talk. You're on with Karen B.
Hey, Queen B, how are you?
Good, how are you?
Good. Yeah, I've got a story to share with you.
Okay.
How about that word? All right. Anyway, I just moved to a little hick town, Florence, from Myrtle Beach. I was 11 years old, going to the 7th grade. Actually, it was in the middle of 7th grade. I got there, and the school on this side of town of Florence is predominantly black.
Mm-hmm.
So the first week of school. Well, actually, it was like first month of school. I always go to class early. I'm always the first one there, and last one to leave because I wanted to study. And it was my English class. I got there early. I sat down, and 3 of my classmates came up to me. They were talking to me and, making fun of me, and because I wouldn't talk to them, they started making fun of me, calling me ching chong, and all, making all kind of, jibber jabber, at me. And so they kept calling me ching chong. So I said, why don't you niggers leave me alone?
No, you didn't.
What else could I say? I mean, they were, at the time, I thought ching chong and nigger, the word, meant the same derogatory things to a certain kind of race.
Mm-hmm.
And so I never said anything to them. They, I wasn't mean to them. They were just wanting to pick on me. So I called them nigger. Okay, you niggers leave me alone.
Mm-hmm.
And so they went straight to the front of the desk, and waited for the teacher to walk in. And she walked in. This is a black woman. And they rushed her and said, "Oh, that kid over there called us niggers and this and that." And her eyes just lit up, And so the bell rings. Everyone, she tells them to go sit down, and she calls me up. So I walk up to the front of the desk, and she, in front of everyone, she goes, "Did you call these 3 students niggers?" I had tears. I was only 11 years old.
Mm-hmm.
I had tears starting to roll, in my eyes, starting to form in my eyes. And she kept saying, "Did you call them niggers? These students niggers?" And I said, "Well, they call me ching chong." She said, No. Did you call them niggers? I said, "Well, they were calling me." I said, "No. Did you call them niggers?" I said, "Yes, I called them niggers." She sat back and she was shocked. And she said, "Do you think I'm a nigger?" I said, "Yes, you're a nigger." And she said, "Get out of my class. You're going to be expelled." And she said, "There is no word, that word is not in the dictionary, right?" She said that. She said, "That word is not in the dictionary. I'm going to get you expelled. You go to the principal's office now." So I just, tears in my eyes, I walked into the, principal's office, right?
Mm-hmm.
Luckily, he wasn't there. But anyway, I was in the assistant principal's office. He was a white man. The principal was a black man. Thank goodness I wasn't in the principal's office. Anyway, I go in there. I'm bawling, tears in my eyes. I try to tell him the story that, the teacher came in and told her side of the story. And I tried to tell him my side. I was bawling. I couldn't say anything to him. But then in class, I had a white classmate. His name was Bert. He ran to the library during this time that, we're out. He snuck out of the class, went to the library, grabbed an old dictionary and brought it to the assistant principal's office and said, "Mr. So-and-so," I forgot his name, the teacher was saying that, La used this word and it's not in the dictionary, that it was a bad word, but here it is in the dictionary. And she wanted to get him expelled for that, and so, he told the story for me.
Mm-hmm.
And I got nothing. Nothing was done to me. I went right back to class the next day.
That's hilarious. That's so
but
funny.
I didn't mean anything by it. And the bad thing about it is that next year, she was my English teacher again. And she hated me for that fact that from the year before and the fact that I got all A's in her class.
Wow, that's hilarious.
It's so funny. Yeah, all through school, all my friends, you hear this a lot, but I'm telling you, all my friends are black. I'm a break dancer, and that's how they know me.
I know. I have proof that you breakdance because you were in the movie Breakdancing, the Flattoberfest movie.
Oh, that wasn't breakdance. That was just breaking my back. Yeah, but that story has stuck with me forever, and I'm going to tell my side of the story. I don't care what anyone says. So that's my little thing for this morning, Queen Bee.
That's hilarious, Law.
Yeah, but words are just words, guys. It doesn't mean anything. You kind of overlook it. Unless you say it with venom, it means nothing. It's just a word.
Right. It's all definitely about the intent.
Yeah, yes, the intent. You're exactly right. That's what I meant to say. The intent, if the intent is vicious and harmful, yeah, you'll feel it. But if it's not, then, just brush it off your shoulder and let's move on.
Yeah. Yeah, people need to quit taking themselves so seriously.
Oh, yeah, most definitely. And that's a great movie, by the way. I've got to watch the rest of it. I couldn't catch up to it this weekend. Was a little bit busy.
Mm-hmm.
But what I heard there was plans for the New Year's for you guys, or what?
Maybe. I know that I thought Spicy Sarah was talking about maybe doing a New Year's party. I'm not sure. We don't have very much time to figure it out, though. We should figure it out soon.
I know, right? Well, I'm gonna be up in around Sarah's place in a month, so I might go do a hangout with Brian. Not sure. I'll be up there mid January, and then I'm down in Florida third week. So let me know if you guys have something going on. I'll try to make it. Okay.
All right, Law. We'll keep you posted.
All right, Queen Bee. I will talk to you guys later. You guys have a good one.
All right. Bye. Oh man, that's too funny. I just have this vision of this little, like, skinny Chinese kid. That's so funny. Yeah. I don't know what we're gonna do, but we should do something, you guys. Somebody, whatchamacallit? What we need to do is have like a group chat for local people where we're all in it. So like when we want to do something, we can just put a little blast out in the group chat that everybody's in. And I'm not sure. So since you guys are here in the chat, let's do this. Let's set up a group chat for the local people. Tell me what program we'll set it up in. We'll do it. Like we could do a Telegram chat. Probably Telegram would be the best because, or Messenger. We could do a Messenger group, but I would prefer to do a Telegram chat that's local to the South Kakalaki people. So like when we want to do little small get-togethers, we can. I might set that up and invite you guys to it so that it can be easier for us to plan stuff. Yes. Yeah. Let's do that. All right. Smokogram. All right, so what did you say in Urban Dictionary? One who lacks the most important organ, a brain. One who believes that the earth is flat and that space doesn't exist and is just a dome around the earth and everything is a lie told by the government. One who is mentally retarded in the head, was dropped as a child, and snorts crushed up Panadol. Oh, okay. Idiots. Someone who not only believes the earth is flat, but will also claim any argument against their theory is government propaganda. A flat earther is a person who pursues the belief that the world is flat and tries to discredit centuries of astronomical discovery and scientific advancement based on a childlike limited understanding of science and religion. No amount of proof or evidence will convince a flat earther that the earth is round like a ball because their brain lacks the capacity to understand this reality. None of these, yeah, whatever. Mentally retarded, mental disorder. Well, you know. Of course they think that. Everybody's pre-programmed to think that you're stupid if you question any sort of mainstream narrative. And, you know, And here's the other beautiful thing, like going back to ignoring the negative frequencies. Like I can sit there as someone who knows that the earth is flat. How do I know the earth is flat? Because earlier I was showing you, like in that FE Core video, the greatest laser test, I've gone and I've actually tried to see the earth curvature, measure earth curvature, because we are given a size that the ball is supposed to be. So we have numbers to work with to see where we should not be able to see around the curve of the ball, yet we consistently do over and over. And, you know, all these people, they don't want to look. They don't want to look at the truth. They just want to laugh and mock and just keep on going along with the herd. They're herd members. It's fine. What's dangerous? Yeah. Yeah. Hive mind. Yeah. So I can sit there and I can read all those ridiculous definitions and it's not going to hurt my feelings at all. Right? Like none of this hurts my feelings. You know? Even though I don't like labels, but I do call myself a flat earther because the earth is flat. It is a level stationary plane. And I know there's a bunch of people in flat earth right now going around, we need to stop saying flat earth. And sometimes I think that too. And then I go back to, no, man, it's freaking flat. The earth is not a ball. It is a level stationary plane. And even they tell you, if you believe that the earth is a ball, that like, even with Mount Everest and all the mountain ranges and stuff, that it is technically smoother than a cue ball. Okay, so they tell you that a cue ball has more topical features on it proportionally than the earth ball does. Okay, so technically they tell you, if you believe the earth is a globe, that the surface of the globe is smoother than a cue ball by proportionate size, right? So for them to tell you that, so to change it, when you flatten it out, it is flat, smooth and flat, right? It's a level stationary plane. It's a textured plane. There's peaks and valleys, obviously, but it's flat. And flat is not a shape, it's a descriptor. It just means that we don't live on the outside of a ball or any shape that we can even know. We just know that there's a plane of existence here and we're on this plane of existence and we can only get so far. And that's all we fucking know. We can't go too far up. We can't go too far down and we can't go too far out. And if you try to go to the middle, the military will stop you. If you try to go to the outside, the military will stop you. You know? But I don't, you know, I don't care if all these people want to say utter moron, dickhead, you know, like I just don't care. Because once you are convicted in the truth, it doesn't matter what these idiots say. You know they're wrong and you know they're stupid and you know they haven't looked and you know they have no idea that they're being lied to. So everything they say becomes null and void and pointless. Pointless. It doesn't matter. Switch to Bumpy Earther. I'm not a conspiracy theorist, I'm a conspiracy realist. They aren't theoretically conspiring, it's a proven fact at this point. Exactly! It's like when Freeman was in his interview and he says, when they say that there's no conspiracies, like what they mean is there's no mystery. There's nothing to be discovered. Everything is known, right? Everything's out in the open, everything's known, but that's bullshit. Clearly, there is a unlimited, infinite amount of information to be known. Nobody will ever know everything in their entire physical life. Nobody here will ever see the entire plane that we live on, you know? So these outer rings, these other pawns that people like to think about, like, yeah, that's all, you know, cool to think about. It's a cool idea. But I mean, We can't even in our own, in our earthly lifetime as it is, nobody will ever see the entire plane of existence as we know it right now. Without even counting any sort of lost lands or hidden continents that there possibly could be, which most likely there are. Without even seeing that, nobody is ever going to see the entire plane. You're never going to experience it all in your lifetime. So I don't know that there's anything outside of this. But it doesn't matter. Following with my time and energy. Exactly. This is why I don't. Yeah. This is why I block people. Oh, by the way, this is one thing I wanted. Blocking bad energy, negative energy. Let me show you guys something. Speaking of, I just have to bring this up. I almost made a video about this, but I was like, no, I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to make a whole video about it. But check this out. Can you guys read this? Let me see if I can make it bigger. People get bent, like if people come over here and they want to express their opinion or whatever, they get mad if you ban them or you block them. Look what this guy said. I premiered my movie, my Flattoberfest movie, and this guy was in my chat. Paul was in my chat, and he started spewing a bunch of negative comments about something in the video, right? He was expressing his complete and utter disgust for somebody who was part of my event. And I deleted it. Off the live chat. You know why I deleted it? Because it doesn't contribute anything good to the experience of people who watch the video in the future. And a lot of people do like the people who I had perform at my event. Maybe not everybody likes everybody, but for you to just come to my channel and then spew your hate comment, right? And then the guy got pissed because I deleted his comment. Wow, I can't give my opinion. I called out the guy making noises earlier in this video and I pointed out we are supposed to be truthers and I got censored. What's up with that? Because Paul, you're not sharing any truth. You're just sharing your crappy negative opinion. Being a truther doesn't mean you get to walk into somebody else's place and just shit all over everything that's going on there. That is not what being a truther is. That's called being a jerk. And I can't believe that you don't even know the difference. Like, seriously, why would I leave negative comments up on the live chat replay so that everybody who comes and watches the video in the future just sees Paul Crane crapping all over everything in the chat? Meanwhile, they're enjoying the video. And then they got to look over and be like, what's this guy's issue? You have now just injected your negative garbage attitude onto my work, my channel, my event, my video, and I don't want it there. So I delete crap like this, just so you know. It's different if you're trying to share truth where it's an actual piece of information. If you want to contribute to the conversation, right? If you have something to share that people can learn from, or, like I say, contribute to the conversation and maybe, trigger new ideas or comments from other people. But when you just want to come over to some place and you just want to be a negative Nancy and you just want to talk about how much you don't like something somebody is doing, that's not sharing truth, dude. And I'm sorry, but that's not okay. There is no free speech. Does everybody know this? Has you guys figured this out, that there really is there's no such thing as free speech on somebody else's place? Like, the only place I consider myself to have real, true free speech is right here on my property in my house. This is where I can say whatever the I want and nobody can tell me any different. Nobody. Okay? But if I go to somebody else's house, right? If I go hang out at Sarah's house, I can't just sit there and scream a bunch of gnarly bullshit at their house. They're going to tell me, get the fuck out, Karen. We don't want you here yelling a bunch of crap. Our baby's trying to sleep and you're being an asshole. Get out. Okay, so I don't have free speech in somebody else's house. I only have it here in mine. Okay, and this channel is an extension of my house. And you're not going to come in here and shit on my floor and give and crap all over the wonderful people, the wonderful, talented people that I have asked to participate in my events to provide, you know, a good time, an energy uplifting experience for other flat earthers. And the guy who is performing at my event is a great guy. He's a husband, he's a father, he's a truther, he's talented. And no, I'm not going to let you, you know, just come in here and crap all over my stuff. So I delete stuff like this. So that, Paul Crane, is what's up with that. Okay? Hi, Carrie. Carrie Musgrave. Oh, I miss you. How are you, Carrie? It was probably me. No, it wasn't you, Marty. He was talking about Chief Crow because he was doing the throat singing. The guy's all, "What is this noise? Oh, it's awful. This is annoying." And I was just like, "Oh my gosh, you're not gonna come over here and just no. You don't get to crap all over everything. Don't be a Karen, Karen B. Right? I know. I'd yell with you." Seriously. Sarah's way too nice to throw out. You're probably right, Marty. She probably is too nice to throw me out, but I don't know why it was the example I thought of at that time. Yeah, Chief is legend. So anyway, you know, and I know I'm not the most positive, uplifting person in the world. Sometimes I bitch about stuff too. But, you know, when I'm trying to, like I put those, I spent a bunch of money and had these guys come and film video at the event so I could have a great documented event and I could have a great video to share for other people who weren't at the event. There's a lot of people who didn't come or who couldn't come for whatever reason, right? And so I really wanted to have this video put together so that, one, everybody who did go would have a really cool souvenir that they could go back and reminisce on the event and like kind of relive it. And then the other part is for everybody who didn't go to get an idea of the energy and the feeling and what it's like to be at the event. Right? So I want that to be a good thing. It's all about positive, uplifting, recharging, replenishing, refilling your well. That's what it's all about. Okay? So I don't need, you know, Paul coming over here and crapping all over the good energy. To go eat earthworms. Yeah. Yeah. So I didn't approve your comment, Paul. And I'm probably going to remove that one too that I just showed on screen. But there it is. I saw it. I answered your question. Anyway, probably lost a sub with that, but that's okay. We'll miss you, Paul. Have a good day. Yeah, Chief Crow is a great guy. And so if I am able to get the event going on the West Coast, Crow said that he would, Chief Crow said that he would participate then and that he'd probably be able to bring his whole family. So I think that would be awesome. You're a retard if you have to have another truther explain to you that your comment was negative. Right now, everybody knows, Paul. Everybody knows that you're a hater, okay? Announcement has been made. I'm not gatekeeping. I'm not trying to hide the truth. Everybody knows. Yeah. What time is it? Okay, 12:22. I think I may wrap it up. On that note, thanks to everybody for hanging out with me on Coffee Talk. Let me show you guys. I do have mugs. I've got Coffee Talk with Karen B mugs for sale in my merch store. Got Unveiling This Realm hats. Oh, and this Flat Earth hoodie dress. Got some cool Flat Earth swag in here. I need to do more hoodies, I think. I had some t-shirts. Maybe I'll put some of these on, do some hoodie designs. But yeah. Oh, here we go. We got an Unveiling This Realm hoodie. Dose of Reality hoodie. So if you want to check out some cool Flat Earth merch, I've got some in my store. Just throwing that out there in case you're looking for some new threads. And I don't want a mug. I want a hug. Oh, boy. You know what? If I could see you again, I'd give you a hug. I don't remember if I gave you a hug when I met you in Amsterdam, but I know we took a selfie. Paul crawled out from a pile of melted bricks. How hard can it be to let a truther have a different opinion and not curse them to hell? Be glad there are people trying to grow this community. Reserve your negativity for the ballers that don't look. Is that towards me or somebody else, Sander? I didn't curse him to hell. I told him to have a nice day. The last thing I said, remember? All right. What else? Oh, before I go, I meant to talk about this last Monday, and let me talk about it this Monday before I forget. Oh my gosh. I should write notes about stuff I need to talk about. But I don't. I'm horrible about writing stuff down. I'm not very organized. I'm kind of a scatterbrain, but that's how it is. So check it out. You guys know the tinfoil hat people, the couple that makes these hats, the tinfoil hat company. Well, apparently, Paul had, he had a crazy thing go down where he had to be rushed to the hospital via ambulance. After testing, we were informed about a large tumor entangled in his spinal cord and that he would need to be rushed into emergency surgery after a grueling 6-hour surgery. They said they believe that they had removed all the tumor. Paul is currently in the process of healing, but it won't be easy. So he's basically having to learn to walk again. I'm not sure if he's if he's able to walk again, but I think he's been paralyzed from the surgery temporarily, and he's kind of been going in and out of ICU and whatnot. He's still in the hospital. But anyway, because Paul's in the hospital, they lost a lot of their income because his wife, I guess, got paid by insurance as his caretaker because of epilepsy and whatnot, and they refused to pay them anymore. He's in the hospital, and they're going through some really hard times. So they have a give, send, go for the Caesars, Crystal Caesar and Paul Caesar. And I just wanted to share this. And if anybody can help them out, just send a little bit. It all adds up. I just wanted to give that out for them. I did donate myself. Hi, Chance. So anyway, I know everybody is struggling right now. Economy sucks. Inflation's going up. Everybody's got their own issues going on, but if anybody's able to help out these people, it would be greatly appreciated by them, I'm sure. So, give us our tax money back, NASA. So it would be cool if you guys could just send a little something, give him a message. Anyway, pray for his healing too. Send him some positive healing energy. All right. I mean, because to be going through the times, the world the way it is now, and then to have this on top of all that, like I can't even imagine. So I just thought I would give them a shout out. The Caesars, yes. Meltology is a thing and denial of it is same as globe versus flat. Yeah, Brian, I'm sorry. I just don't buy that because you guys have no proof of your X Factor event. No proof. None. Zip. Zero. Nada. Zilch. Can't even explain how it would happen. So, it's not a denial of reality. And I don't even, like, I wouldn't deny it if I could see some real evidence for it. There just is none. There's just a bunch of pictures and people making shit up about their popcorn rocks and their balloon rocks. I mean, it's a joke. It's a joke, dude. I mean, how many of you have watched that Meltology 101 video where they try to tell you how to identify mountains that are melted brick buildings? It is a joke, dude. They look at waterfalls and they tell you that it's the plumbing somehow works. I mean, I have never seen so many people talk about something and believe it so vehemently and then use somehow to describe how this theory works so much. Somehow. Well, this was over here and somehow there was a pocket of survival. Somehow only these bricks melted and these ones didn't. Somehow only these bricks blew up and these ones did not. Somehow when this melted, this went melted and melted away and this stayed perfectly straight and level. Somehow. Like, it's a joke. Yeah, speculations are fun, measurements are even better. Somehow. Anyway, I just want to throw that out there. If anybody is able to contribute to the Caesars, pay it forward a little bit, all right? I know. I mean, whatever. And, you guys, keep going with that. Keep going with that. Maybe you'll get somewhere with it. Maybe sometime you'll actually find some evidence and, you can prove us all wrong. I'm open to discussion. But, yeah, as far as everything goes now, the way it is now, yeah. Watch a 9-day tour through Grand Canyon video, and if you don't see the buildings, you're a dumbass. Anyone who doesn't see it is a dumbass. All right. Well, I'll tell you this, Brian O'Shea. I've been to the Grand Canyon. Like, I physically went there, and I saw it with my own eyes. It's not melted buildings, dude. It's a hole in the ground. It's a giant freaking hole in the ground, dude. It's not a melted building. It's a hole in the ground. All right. You know what, though? I would like to go back to the Grand Canyon. I would love to go back now that I have this drone. I would want to go do a cross-country trip across the United States again so I could stop at all these places and take video with drone. Yeah, the Grand Canyon is massive. But it's like, how could it be a melted building? It's like you drive up in elevation and then you look down into it, dude. It's like inverted? Is it inverted melted building? I'm sorry, I just feel like it just goes to show you like the power of suggestion and why people still believe that the Earth is a globe, even though you point them out the lack of curvature. Do you know what I'm saying? Because they still want to see whatever they want to see. You can, I don't know what to say about that other than that. People still see whatever they want to see, I I just don't get it. But you know, the only way to find out is to actually go to these places and examine nature. Go to nature, find out, look, do some searching, go there, ask it, put your feet on the ground, put your toes in the dirt, and maybe ask the earth to tell you the story of what happened there. I don't know. All right, everybody, have a great day, a great week, strengthened, and I hope you all have a wonderful day. How many times can I say that? What else? Before I go, tomorrow I have Strange World with Mark Sargent, as usual, 10 p.m. Eastern, 7 Pacific, and the call-in number is the same number as this. So, yeah. There's that anti-religious scripture study on Saturday. Oh, also, this Wednesday, I have not set up the watch link yet, but this Wednesday, the 21st at, I believe, 4 p.m. Eastern, 1 p.m. Pacific, I'm going to be doing a stream with David Weiss, Jaronism, and Scott, who helps Jaron with all this crypto stuff. And the four of us are going to do a talk about cryptocurrency and investing in crypto. I'm going to do a crypto stream for flat earthers. And, you know, I know a lot of people are against crypto, but if you're maybe even partway curious, if you want to know a little bit about it, if you want to know how it works, if you want to know anything, if you want to take this time to, you know, call in and you can ask us questions. But because of the bear market and everything being really low, like crypto prices are just in the toilet right now. Everything is super, super low and super, super cheap. And it is the best time, if you have ever considered it, to invest or to buy some crypto right now, because it is at the bottom of the bear market. And you can watch it in the next couple years grow and see what it's all about, see what the hype is all about, why people like to put their money in crypto and invest with it. Okay, not financial advice, but it's just going to be an informational stream for anybody who has any interest in that sort of thing. And maybe you want to learn how to take control of your own finances. So that'll be Wednesday, the 21st at 4 p.m. on my channel. And other than that, doopy-doo, watch a Flattoberfest movie, and the extra interviews, and I guess that's it. Have a wonderful day. And for those who wish to send me stuff through snail mail, you can send it to P.O. Box 10, Earl, North Carolina, 28038. There are also links below for Flat Earth merch, and you can send me donations. And I do appreciate all the support. Sincerely, thank you very much. Also, please go to flatearthfestivals.com for all information about upcoming Flattoberfests and Flat Earth-friendly local meetups. If you are organizing a local Flat Earth meetup, email me at flatearthfestivals@protonmail.com with your meetup information to have it listed on the website for free. For everything else, you can email me at karenbfe@protonmail.com. Thank you for being here.